barely got any sleep at all. Just kept turning things over and over again in my head until morning came. I'm exhausted. Oh, I know that feeling. I've already stated 1,000,000 times how that is. It takes me hours to sleep sometimes, and yet sometimes I can sleep within just an hour, but it usually takes at least that amount of time. Oh no, the eggs are burning! I turned off the stove. The eggs were a golden brown as I neatly set them across 3 plates. I just need to toast the bread, and I wonder what they want to drink. I had coffee, tea, milk, and orange juice. They should be able to find something they like. I couldn't imagine they would start asking for vegetable juice or anything. Oh, good morning. Koko came downstairs. She had changed out of her pajamas and was in her regular clothes. She'd probably already finished washing her face.
いい匂い。義行が朝食作ってるの？
Yeah.
何でもできちゃうんだな。
That's not true. I can only make simple things. The food's almost ready. Can you go and wake up Nanaka?
わかった。
Koko headed back to the guest room where Nanaka was still sleeping. And then...
ななか、朝だよ。
Did it really need that many explanation point? I'd say, I mean, you didn't say it that loud.
起きなさいってば。
And again, why in all caps?
ちょっと。
That's like saying just like, wake up! But she's just like, wake up! I guess Nanaka's not a morning person. Well, same here. Actually, if anything, I sleep through the mornings. That's when I actually go to sleep, usually. I could hear Koko trying so hard to wake her up.
早く起きないと朝ごはん冷めちゃうよ。あと。
Yes, if more hours.
あと5分？5年。
Okay, that escalated.
長いわ。
That's too long! I called back in Inasan, which was bullshit, with her from the kitchen. When Nanaka slept, she slept hard.
ほら、起きて。
Get out the guitar, turn the amp up to maximum, and strum. Koko continued like that for quite some time.
やっと起きました。おはようございます。
I call bullshit. Why is her hair not a mess? She clearly hasn't, like, done anything with her hair, like brushed it or anything like that. She's only just woke up. Where's the bed hair, man? You should have... hair should be a bit messy, you know? But no, it's freaking perfect. Good morning. Nanaka was still half asleep as she made her way into the kitchen. Koko was beside her, smiling awkwardly. Nanaka was still in her pajamas. She looked a little sexy. Koko started adjusting Nanaka's pajamas to make decent and dragged out of the kitchen.
ほら、ナナカ、洗顔洗顔。服も着替えて。
This reminds me of Nayuki for some reason. I could hear their interactions from the bathroom. It was funny hearing Nanaka so out of it like that.
水のままじゃ冷たいって。今お湯出すから。
Man. Good grief. That is your favorite thing to say. I guess she's not going to be ready to eat anytime soon. You know, at this rate, I'll randomly start saying that at random throughout the day. Just like, good grief. I finished cooking and started reading the newspaper. Today was the second day of the year. Unsurprisingly, the paper was still full of New Year's stories. Nanaka washed her face and changed her clothes. At last, we were able to sit down at the table. What do you want to drink? I have coffee, tea... Oh, wow, I was expecting vegetable juice at the worst.
冗談冗談。私、紅茶がいい。ミルクとお砂糖たっぷり入れて。私も紅茶。でも、お砂糖はちょっとで。
Okay. I poured tea for them and made coffee for myself. Then we dug in.
このポテトサラダおいしい。あ、ほんとだ。
I'm glad you like it.
これも義行くんが作ったの？
Yeah, I had potatoes left over.
ありえない。
What?
余った食材もそつなく使う料理作れる殿方って最高。
Nanaka gave me a thumbs up. What a weird compliment.
そうだね。普段は奥さんが作って、でも実は旦那さんも作れるっていうの理想。ココ、恋人同士飛ばしていきなり夫婦になっちゃってるよ。だって料理できない人と結婚するより料理できる人と結婚した方が得じゃない？
Is it really a requirement? That would certainly change things, wouldn't it? If every woman, like, I'm not going out with you unless you can cook. Just like, fuck. Okay, boys, let's get these cooking books out, shall we? Coco's face was beet red as she continued, and Nanaka and I smiled at her indulgently.
確かにそうね。じゃあ、よしゆきくんの奥さんになる人はすごい幸せなんだ。
Oh, I don't know about that. I almost agreed with her. That said, I wouldn't mind cooking for my wife. I kind of like cooking after all. As I've said before, I used to cook. It was mostly grill related, really. I didn't really have all that much cooking knowledge, but I could cook, at least some basic stuff. I just kind of forgot how I did it, honestly, because it's been years. I don't know when I stopped cooking, honestly. I just got lazy, I think. They were smiling, so I decided to play along and smile too. My wife, huh? I wondered what kind of girl she would be. The three of us finished eating breakfast. Koko and Nanaka were washing the dishes for me. I got another cup of coffee and started reading the newspaper again.
おしまいっと。さてと。
You know, he's just picked up the newspaper twice now. And I find it always weird how, like, someone just, like, could be pay attention to the news or read the newspaper and all that. I never, like, seem to have all the stuff to read on their mind all that much. Just like, well, that's a bitch. Well, shit happens. Well, roll through the paper. Or maybe it's a case of, like the song goes. In the paper today, tales of war and of waste, but you turn right over to the TV page. Is that what you're doing, Yoshiyuki? I don't know. But, honestly, I am so tired of seeing nothing but war and of waste in the newspaper. Well, not newspaper, on news websites, pretty much. They're just like, anytime I see it, just like, I hate this world sometimes. Why do there gotta be so many freaking... Why is it always people that just cause all this kind of chaos? And like, the people who don't want anything to do with chaos, they get caught in the whole shit and it's just like, God damn it, pisses me off.
それじゃあ私、ちょっと用事があるから、この辺でおいとまするね。
Really?
それじゃあ、いろいろごちそうさまでした。
No problem.
ココ、お先にね。もうちょっと待ってくれたら、私も一緒に出るのに。ごめんね。ちょっと時間制限があるものだから。
Nanaka bowed apologetically to Koko. She waved brightly as she left the house.
私もそろそろ。
Are you sure?
やっぱり、もう少し。
Okay.
お茶、入れるね。
I was drinking coffee, but oh well. I didn't mind having Koko there a little while longer. Now, I used to make tea and coffee quite often. Apparently, I'd like made it so far back that as far back as 2002, I think. Because apparently, like, when I was in school, I'd like wrote something about like things that like likes, dislikes, and all that. And one of my dislikes were apparently making tea or coffee or getting water for my mother. And you know what? To this day, I'm still doing that. Minus the coffee and tea part. Every time, man, it's like... The fridge is literally, well, it's not next to your bed, but it's all you have to do is just get up and get that. It's like, no, you get it. God damn it. Just because, fuck it, why not? It's just like, just because you got arthritis and all that, I mean, well, fine, take it. It's weird, really. In the end, Koko stayed at my house until around noon. She even cleaned the house for me. I feel bad for making you work so hard during New Year's break.
私が勝手に始めちゃったから。
I appreciate it a lot, thank you. We were the same as we ever were, but something seemed different. Why would you say that at then? Just like, we're the same as ever, except one thing was a little different. I wasn't teasing her today and she wasn't getting upset with me like usual. Is that because there's nobody else with you, so you see no point in it? It was just a quiet day together at home.
あのね。
Huh? Koko was stammering as usual. I remained quiet and she could take her time, Koko always had this habit of carefully choosing her words before saying anything. I waited silently. I waited until she found the right words.
あのね、よしゆき。
What is it?
もしもよ。もしも。私とよしゆきが。
Suddenly I heard this upbeat ringtone. It wasn't my phone.
もしもし。
What?
お母さん
It sounded quite like your ringtone as well, though. Koko's mother was calling from her trip.
今友達のとこから帰るところ。
She's like, gee, Mom, you ruined it. I was about to confess my love.
もうこっちに帰ってきてるんだ。家の鍵をなくした？
My jaw dropped in shock. Koko's jaw dropped open as well.
30分も前から探してるけど見つからないって。
You know, I just picture Yoshiyuki just like having like a veil over his eyes and his jaw literally dropping to the ground. Really?
じゃあ30分も前から家の前で立ち往生してるの？
Why didn't her mother call her sooner?
わかった。すぐ帰るから。
You see, she had to call now to interrupt her confession. Koko looked disappointed as she hung up the phone. It was for plot convenience sake that she calls now instead of earlier. You'd better get home as soon as you can.
もうちょっとしっかりしてほしい。
Oh well. We smiled at each other with disappointment and said goodbye. Then Koko turned back to me.
今度は頼むから。
What? A car passed between us. I couldn't hear a thing she said.
なんでもない。
Koko frowned dejectedly at me. Then she smiled and waved me goodbye. I also smiled and waved at her. My heart was still pounding. What was she trying to say? I think it was pretty damn obvious, you dense git. I was sure that it must have been something good. I wondered if she would tell me next time. I felt sad though as I saw her off. Seriously, man, no wonder why he had that dream where they're just like, hey, stop being indecisive, you dense bastard. I woke up to the sound of a ringtone. I had gone back to bed after Koko left because I'd had so little sleep the night before. Let's listen to this ringtone. Is this on the soundtrack? Seriously, what's with the ringtone, man? I must have slept a pretty long time. I looked over at my clock and realized that it was after 4. Granted, my freaking phone that I rarely use, like, the text message alert is pretty much... And it's just like, I remember, like, there were times when I'd be in the airport, And I just like have the phone just like, okay, put it on fucking silent. I know I'm gonna be getting text left and right. Just like, okay. Then on the plane, it's like, okay, turn it off and just stare at the back of the seat for about an hour. Because what else is to do? Well, look out the window. It's like, well, it's pretty much the same as looking at the chair, honestly. At a certain point, all you see is clouds. Well, ocean as well, but usually clouds a lot. And it's just like, yeah, it's nice when you, like, first go. Like, you look down up below you and, like, you see everything turning all small. It looks like a freaking children's play set. Even though it's a freaking city, and it's like, wow. Once you get to the ocean, it's like, okay, that's nice, and that's... Fuck it, I'm just gonna stare at the back of a chair and think randomly. That's how I'd always do that. But I'm getting off subject. Huh? I could still hear the noise going off. It was my mobile. I got out of bed and answered the phone. Hello?
Yoshiyuki-kun?
Nanaka?
そう。私。
What's the matter?
いろいろ考えたんだ。
About what?
だから、いろいろ。
Join the club. Except, you were totally thinking about him and maybe some other stuff. While me, like I've stated quite a number of times in just this one recording, I think too much of the state of the world. I wasn't following. She had gone home early because she said she had something to take care of. I wonder what happened. Did something happen?
そりゃもう、私の中で革命が。
And it was only getting more confusing.
yoshiyuki-kun、今出てこられる？
Yeah, sure.
じゃあ。
Nanaka told me to meet her at the everlasting cherry tree. It had been a while since I last came here. It's my first time coming here this year. The cherry blossoms were dancing through the air as always. It hardly seems like winter at all. I always felt that way when coming here.
yoshiyuki-kun。
No, Nanaka, he's going to hear us. Wait, what? 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 You threw me off! I hate when they do that. Where was the voice acting in that? She was right in front of the everlasting cherry tree. Now I'm confused. She was so beautiful I almost gasped. So beautiful it frightened me. A captivating beauty. There was something so mysterious about her, illusionary, as though I had wandered into a fairyland. It was as though time had stopped. The shining Nanaka and the everlasting cherry tree, and the line from Koko that seemed out of place because it had no voice acting, and you haven't mentioned her, so is she even there? What the hell is up with that? I shook my head in an attempt to return to reality and smiled. I'm sorry I'm late. She silently shook her head. The cherry blossoms in her hair flooded to the ground. The sunset cast a beautiful halo around her form. So what's up? Is Koko even there? Or was that line just not even supposed to be there? What the hell? Was it a translation error or what? Nanaka stood right in front of me. She wasn't smiling like usual. She just kept staring straight into my eyes.
あの後、ココまだ家にいたんでしょ？
Yeah. I guess she isn't here then.
何か話をした？
About what?
ドキドキするようなこと。
What was Nanaka getting at? This guy, man. He just gets denser and denser. He's going to, like, consume us all with how dense he is. He's going to turn into a black hole. I tilted my head in confusion. Nothing. She helped me clean the house and left. I walked with her about halfway home. There was something she wanted to tell me, but she got cut off. The phone rang just as she was about to say something important. But she had to go home in a hurry because her mother lost her keys.
そうなんだ。
What is it?
私は逃げたりしない。
What? Nanaka took a big gulp. She scrunched up her beautiful face. She seemed nervous, like she was about to give a big speech. I could see tears forming in her eyes.
義行くん、私と付き合ってください。私、義行くんのことが好きです。だから。
My mind went blank. Well, wasn't that already the case? No, it wasn't, but wouldn't you be as well? Confession from a girl like this, you're just like... Oh, sorry. Can you repeat what you just said? Did you really just say that? Nanaka just confessed her feelings for me. I could tell this wasn't one of her jokes. Her eyes were so serious, she was even trembling. She wanted me to go out with her. I mean, we all saw this coming. I mean, it's obvious. It's a visual novel as well, so that's obvious as well. But, heck, if you were in this position and you pretty much caught on to how things were going, like, you'd just be like, yeah, I know what you're getting at with this. I see. You'd still be surprised by the confession, most likely. I couldn't just laugh this off as a joke. I had to acknowledge her feelings and give her an honest reply. I put my hand on my heart and asked myself how I felt. This is a question that goes to two different endings, though, isn't it? I don't know which one leads to which type of ending, though. A moment. I don't know, man. I say we make a save point here. Just to be on the safe side. I mean, that's what save points are for. I pinched my cheek to make sure I wasn't dreaming. Okay.
義行くん？
Serious. Ouch.
何してるの？
I was sleeping just before you called me. I thought that maybe I was still dreaming. Does feel a bit dreamlike, doesn't it? That wasn't a full-on laugh.
何それ？
But, Nanaka, this doesn't feel real. It feels like a dream.
夢じゃないよ。
Yeah, I know. I took Nanaka by the hand. Her body trembled and her face turned scarlet. Yes, I want to go out with you.
義行くん。
Pearl-like tears welled up in Nanaka's eyes. Why are you crying?
だって嘘みたいだもん。
What?
義行くんが私と付き合ってくれるなんて。
I'm not kidding, and it's not a dream. That would be kind of like... Imagine that. Nanaka, a girl who on a regular basis has to reject countless guys that come up to her asking her out, gets rejected by the one guy that she did end up taking a liking to. Now that would just be like... Shit. My heart. It's broken. It'd be kind of awful, wouldn't it? I've always loved you too, Nanaka, but I was too scared of being rejected to say anything. I didn't have the courage. Sorry.
ごめんね。
I suppose it's kinda understandable, really. To actually ask someone out, it's not exactly the easiest thing to do. For some people, just like, yeah, it's easy to do, but when you've really got like a lot of feeling for a person, it becomes somehow difficult to do.
私すごい小心者だからついごまかしちゃって逃げてばっかで。でもね、私決心したんだよ。義行くんのこと本当に好きになっちゃったから。
The tears rolled freely down her cheeks. I wiped them away with my fingertips. Nanaka smiled at me shyly.
俊之くん
Nanaka. She took my hand between both of hers. A warmth passed between them and had nothing to do with body heat. Powdery snow and cherry petal fall. The love story repeated on the island. Is that a lyrics or not? Probably not. Wow, did we get a freaking third intro? Man, this is like what I do, man. Multiple intros as the plot progresses. Bad shot! Who the hell was that guy? Hey, was that... Who's the maid character? We haven't seen that character yet. Probably won't until another character route, I imagine. Probably something to do with Amikaze, that's my guess. I'm so sleepy. Today is the first day of term, but I'm so sleepy. Got used to sleeping in during the break.
やっと起きた
Hey, Sakura-san.
おはよ
Good morning. I'd hardly seen Sakura-san at all during the New Year's holiday, but she was standing in the kitchen making breakfast for me. I wonder when she came back. It's been a while. She came back on the night of the 2nd, but that was just for a little bit. I realized that I hadn't even said Happy New Year to her.
う。なになに
She asked me with a smile as I stared at her. It's nothing. Well, Happy New Year.
そうだね
She put down a knife and faced towards me.
明けましておめでとう今年もよろしくね
Just like, please be nice to me this year, or picks the knife back up. I'll kill you. I fucking kill you. He's like, just don't turn on me. What the fuck? You too. We bowed to each other.
今日から新学期でしょだから急いで帰ってきたんだ
Oh, really?
はい朝ごはんじゃあ僕先に学校に行ってるから
Okay. Sakura-san gathered her things and left the house. The house was suddenly so quiet. I wish she had stayed for a little longer. But I need to hurry too. I ate my breakfast in a hurry and ran to the bathroom. Who is it? I heard someone at the door while brushing my teeth. I quickly rinsed out my mouth and rushed to the front door.
おはようよしゆきくん
No surprise there. Nanaka was standing there with a bright smile. It's been a while since I last saw her in this uniform. Good morning, Nanaka.
チースチース
Is something going on? Why are you here?
どうしたってもう
She frowned with a cute look.
一緒に学校に行こうと思ってきたんじゃない
Oh,
ダメ
that's not it. Wait a second. Let me get ready real quick. Okay, I turned off the gas and switched off the lights. The windows are closed and locked. I'm all set. I'll be back. I told the empty house and put my shoes on to leave. Well, we'll be back next time. I'll see you next time, viewers. See you next time.